welcome to another episode of Hot Comics. I'm Lisandra Vazquez, and today I have a special guest co-host because Brandi's away, and that is the one and only Marietta Mendler.
Hi!
You may recognize Marietta as the hottie named by one of our favorites, Mark Kendall.
Oh my goodness.
Which is a big deal. Yeah, as you know.
I'm playing it cool, but also...
also very not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool at all.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Marietta is an Atlanta-based comedian. And how long have you been doing comedy out in these streets?
4 years-ish.
Okay, great.
Fantastic. We started 2014, took some years off, came back in.
Took a pandemic off.
I took a pandemic off.
We were just doing all
what
that.
What is a number?
Yeah, age is nothing.
No. I can't be categorized.
Can't be categorized. But today, we got a chance to sit down with Brad Sativa. And Brad Sativa has been doing comedy for 8 years. We gave that a number.
Yes.
We gave that a number. He's based out of Nashville. And, he's got a Don't Tell comedy special. He's got an album called Petty, which I love.
So funny. Even when he was just saying the names of the jokes, I was laughing. I didn't even have to hear the punchline.
We were laughing at just the titles of the jokes, which is, you're going to love him. So here we have Brad Sativa. Enjoy. Brad, welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Okay. So, Brad, you brought us a hot topic today.
I did bring a hot topic.
And that is?
Bumble.
Ooh. Bumble. That is a hot topic.
And that is a hot topic.
Especially for anyone who's out there dating.
Yep.
Right.
Have y'all been on Bumble before?
I've been on Bumble.
Yes.
I'm off of Bumble.
You off of Bumble? Okay. Yeah. What part of Bumble was not... Did you have to get off?
Honestly, I did not like Bumble. Bumble was not ever my favorite because of the fact that, I could make the first move, which is empowering for women, but it really was just being denied after shooting my shot. I hated it. I hated the dynamic. I did not like that.
Yeah, I refused to do it.
Yeah, because it's actually a power app for dudes.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
I say that. I like it. For me, it's like, oh shit, if she send a message first, it's like, she's I can ping pong. God, that's easy. If I'm ping ponging second, it's like, go ahead. Say something crazy. And then I don't know, because I do got one comedy picture, of course, as a dude. But women always they come with a joke or dad joke mostly or something. Yeah.
Oh, do you have comedy on your profile?
I have comic in a picture.
Okay.
Where I'm on one picture, I'm on stage.
Okay.
And then and I think I say something like I'm funnier than your ex and your future husband.
Okay, that's cute. That's funny.
Good.
Yeah. I'm like a stopgap. I put myself out.
you're like just setting the expectation for how this is gonna go.
But the part of Bumble that I really wanted to talk about is that I recently found out. I'm looking at the camera on this one.
Yeah, look at the camera.
I found out that women are meeting bitches on Bumble.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you please elaborate?
Yeah, it's they have the new thing called Bumble BFF.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm in Nashville. Which is a city a transplant city.
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of
LA folks have moved
all
there.
All kind of women from all over the country world. And I've noticed I meet these girls after shows and some of the other friend groups I know that they met each other on Bumble.
Okay.
So girls are meeting girls that potentially be their best friends or in their friend group. And you can actually see how shallow women are sometimes too.
Oh.
Yeah, because both groups of girls that I met, all of them was extremely hot. They was from different nationalities. It was like draft picks. It was like, and then they ghost each other.
That's dark.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Imagine going on a BFF girl date and then get ghosted.
No.
A nightmare.
No, I can handle being ghosted by some dude. But not a friend. No.
Yes. So it's So girls.
No.
seeing how petty like women really are. You know what I'm saying? And like now they can see that, hey, some of y'all a problem too. Y'all are doing some problematic ass shit to other women off of this Bumble BFF.
Hey, it's not just men are trash.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, go on that girl date, then you don't get that hit back up, and then you see that Instagram post. Imagine doing these.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I've definitely met some groups of girls that, but just like I said, conversation you talk about, oh yeah, blah blah blah. How y'all meet? We met Bumble BFF. But like I said, they always usually are hot. One girl group I know, they are all hot. They different nationalities.
I was gonna say they cast like a CBS show or something like that.
Yeah, it was like super hot black girl, super hot Indian girl. Then one was just ambiguous. She could be Latino, she could be Middle Eastern. You just know she's just fine.
Like me, she's just brown.
It's just brown.
Yeah.
And you just be like, something about her. She ain't from here, you know. Like, you know, but then it's the white. There's a white girl that just fine and voluptuous. She does modeling and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, y'all are crazy. And we talked about it. I asked them, they were like, yeah, I done ghosted some girls. We some girls that don't make it to date 2. You know what I'm saying? A group outing. Yeah.
It's like a reality TV show.
Yeah, I'm just it's so that's why it's not just so it is Bumble. I do like, but it's just the dynamic, that new dynamic of Bumble, and hearing that perspective was so fresh and enlightening to me. So yeah, it's true story. So
I believe it. Cutthroat, man.
Cutthroat.
Oh, that would hurt me so bad.
I know. I saw they even have Bumble Professional now.
Yeah, come on. That's a mess.
So you can swipe for networking.
No, that's for cheating on your significant other.
You're like, I'm just on Bumble Professional.
Yeah. I used to be in a professional. I used to work like a corporate job, and like people be shooting them shots in LinkedIn.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
They be shooting them shots in LinkedIn. Yeah. So yeah, people gonna shoot their shot on everything. So that's what I kind of noticed. It don't matter what profile, professional, but ain't nobody.
I mean, so that environment feels a little toxic. Do you know anything about toxic behaviors?
And what? And what?
Yeah, and any of the like toxic being fun.
Oh man,
or do you hate it?
Yeah, I knew. I got you. I had that, but I thought, but yeah, it was okay. I'm telling you right now, I am an '80s baby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was a point where toxic was fun. It was fun. Mm-hmm.
Well, how old are you?
I am 39.
Okay, I'm 37.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I'm 39. So it was a point that toxic was fun. Mm-hmm. And it's a cutoff to it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? As you mature and grow as a man and as a person, if you're fortunate to.
Yeah,
and
true.
fortunate to recognize that and kind of know what you want to take into the next phase of your life kind of thing. But it was fun to be toxic. Man, okay, again, I did.
Like, I was like, what was your brand of toxic?
Yeah.
Man, okay.
Because mine was Britney Spears.
Hey, I had a little crush on Britney Spears. Like, yeah, she was she brought the white girl booty in. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was. It wasn't egregious, but it was like, oh, look cute. She got a little something on her. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
no hips, but yeah.
She didn't have no hips, but you know, she was working on that thing. That means she was in that,
She was.
Yeah. Women are building asses from scratch. I haven't seen Instagram. Yeah, it's like, I'm like, you just
from the ground up.
Yeah, they show from them before pictures and after. You be like, you started with nothing. It was like, okay, I see you. You gotta. I see why you want to wear that little ass dress now, and why you only want to wear yoga pants. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
you gotta show off the hard work.
You started with nothing. So I get it. I get that.
We're proud.
So I'm not gonna judge it, but be a toxic before I get out there. So I was raised by women, and you know what I'm saying, like a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have a lot of like father figures, guys in my life to that thing, but I always knew I could get away with murder if I make them laugh, be silly. So yeah, I used to, man, it was a point in time where I would catcall a girl by her outfit, but being silly. But you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's like a cutoff. That's like a 16 to 19, 20.
Unless you're the construction worker in New York.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Just like,
I ain't doing
that. That's for life.
No, see, I'm the type of catcall that I'll say something back in the day. I would say something to girl be like,
say?
I don't know. I would say, I don't know.
Whatever
would come to my mind.
Blue shirt.
Oh man, this is good. This one of my she's my friend to this day. I met her. She She had a striped dress on. Like, striped dress? I said something like that to her. And she was like, boy, you silly. You know, black woman too, though. But I would also, I would throw this out there. Culturally, the cat calling, it was only really with black women. I really I didn't cat call white women. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to throw that out there first.
Okay. Yeah.
So culturally, it was a part of my growing up culture. And you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I went out here like whistling at whistling at white women and no shit like that. But like black women that got what I was saying and got like, oh, striped shirt, I see, blah, blah, blah. She would either be like, boy, you crazy, blah, 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 keep it moving.
It's the energy though that you did it with. Because I've been catcalled like that and I've not responded well to it. It's only when it's fun and someone like in good spirits. Just
acknowledge that you caught my attention. Yeah. Kind of more than like, shh, ooh, daddy won't. Like, wasn't no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's more based off, like I said, being funny, being impulsive, just showing my wittiness and like it's stuff like that. And like I said, she's still my friend today. I met her in college, and we're like,
that's great.
Yeah, so that was it's like it's a thing.
Well, I'm not friends with any of the men that catcalled me, so I feel like that's a missed opportunity, and maybe I'll give them a chance moving forward if they're as good spirited as you.
Also, another thing too, like catcalling, it was like for me. Also, it was in a closed capsule.
True.
Like. Maybe in a high school type of environment,
right?
College, you know what I'm saying, on campus where it's like I said, not like once again, not in the free world, wild doing that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So not like during the daytime either. Like really,
not in a park.
Like not necessarily like maybe on college campus, but I would like downtown Nashville, like what's like it's just a different. It was just a different energy.
Sunset, sunrise.
Yeah. It was fun being toxic though, back then because that's why I really like. Not only just because I'm getting older, but I really don't date women under 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them guys that get off under like, oh, she's 22. Oh, my God.
What's your ceiling? If that's your floor of ages, what's your ceiling for
ages? Since I've been in my 30s, it's 10 down, 10 up.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. And so it's like, that's just that tweener range is like, that's not a deal breaker. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, now that's why I like 30. I kind of like, cut that year off a little bit. But I ain't saying if I meet a 29-year-old that just blow my mind. I ain't gonna be like, oh, you ain't 30. But it's hovering around that. But hovering around that 30 for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I meet a lot of young comics, and as you like, all of them are like 20 something.
Yep.
And that's a great rule to have.
Yeah.
When somebody like approaches you and they're like, "How old are you?" I could be your mother.
Yeah.
A teen
young
mother.
Yeah, you'd have been busting it open.
I would have been a teen mother, but a mother nonetheless.
Yeah, man, sometimes I wish I did that. Sometimes I wish I did that. I'm glad I did. Let me say, but sometimes I be like, man, I wish I had a kid like 15, 16.
Because then they'd just be like,
22, 23, man. Yeah. Boy, I'm sure might be a road manager in this bitch. Yeah, if he ain't got nothing going, if he ain't had nothing like he knew he exactly wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm like, guess who's selling merch for you?
Yeah, you finna be selling merch on the road,
Baby
brother.
Sativa.
You finna be driving. You finna do all that, but... But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad I have no kids though. So yeah, I have no kids because I don't know. I've been conscientious. Like I'm a very self-aware person, and so I knew I wouldn't be responsible enough to have a kid before. I ain't said other people like they didn't make the mistakes, but I made an adamant choice not to try to do my best not to have a child.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, same. I've made the conscious decision to I'm 37, so I'm probably just not gonna have a kid. Which is great for me. Yeah. I have a dog. And that's not great for everybody, but some people I have different goals in life.
With that's just going to depend on what kind of man you meet and what the man looking for. Mm-hmm. So theoretically, I'm just profiling this. I like to profile.
Yeah.
More than likely, I bet you end up with a divorcee with maybe 1 to 2 kids.
It's funny. I'm dating a guy that's divorced. who has 2 kids.
Look at that. I told you. I like them. I told you I'm good at this shit. I'm like, because he like, oh, I got kids. No, I can bring that to the table.
Like, all right, good.
So I ain't stressing you for that. I got some. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what kind of mentality.
But that's the kind of thing that I would be looking for
that
anyway.
you offer, like that's saying like offer. But what a man like at a certain age would think of when they meet a girl that's 37 or 36, we're like, okay, well, if a guy is single and no kids, he might be thinking, oh, I want to have kids, so I might go a little younger. But a guy that already has kids, I just want somebody that's cool. I want somebody and kids, like we don't need kids. I already got them. And so that's why I said it like that.
And having kids means he's already busy.
Already busy.
Doesn't mind that I'm out late.
Priority, same.
Comedy clubs?
Yeah, that's same. Like, that's my thing. I definitely dated like a lot of single moms, you know what I'm saying, for sure. And just because it's like, they got other things going on, but they cool, and they chilled, and they utilize their time better.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they know, oh shoot, I got a babysitter tonight. Yeah, we finna have fun, motherfucker. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you better stay awake, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I need you energized. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. Because I done messed up before, man. I did it one time about a girl. She was at a comedy festival. It was a local. It was the one in Nashville, but the one in Nashville, it's all curated, so it's all like big names and shit. But so I was there, and my show I had was at 1:00 in the afternoon. Okay. And then so started drinking at like noon, and then at this point it's like 1:00 in the morning because they did a midnight show. I was so drunk. I locked myself in the bathroom, and she was so mad at me. She was like, because like I fucking wanted to kick it and hang out, and like so.
You're like, and
I'm like, oh man, I know. I like it. My bad. I usually do these solo. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, this is new.
Yeah, this is new. Yeah, because that was like, that's my first relationship in at that time at least 8 to 9 years. So I was out the loop. I was just used to being a comic. So
yeah. But kids, these young ones, they know about technology.
They do.
They do. What would you think about something like a VR, like a Google Pixel situation?
Yeah. AI is doing too much. It's doing too much.
Especially with those portraits.
Yeah, the portraits be doing. Oh yeah, a lot of people they make them their avatar like y'all need to quit.
Yeah, that's no.
Y'all need.
We were like when people will start making those their headshots. That's when
Like they be like, hey, I'm booking a show. Can you send me a good picture? And they send me if you send me an AI picture, that's your last booking. If I ask you for a picture, you send me an AI, that's the last time I'm booking you. That's a red flag to me. It is like somehow, something I don't want to. So don't. But y'all know that the AI stuff is crazy. But I just don't think everybody should be just free. I don't think everybody should just be accessing it like that. But then also, I don't think that the government should be the only. It's like a weird middle part. Yeah. Because they use that shit already in like cities and to identify people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But AI also is racist. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. AI is known to be racist. I don't know if you see. Okay, so like the Google Pixel, it was like Google Pixel 6 or 7, which one I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it was during the Super Bowl last year. They made a claim that their phone take better pictures of black people in a commercial. It's like in a Super Bowl commercial. They didn't come out and just say it, but definitely they said that. Like they were like, the darker the berry, the better the picture we can take. You know what I'm saying? So, Google, they literally are saying that they can take
February. Too.
Yes, during February, Black History Month, to announce that hey, if you want we can't do nothing for Black Lives or Black History Month, but we can make sure you have the best Instagram.
Yeah, you know, we can't do anything for prison reform.
Yeah. we can't give none of that money, but we're gonna make sure we can get some better pictures of y'all.
Can't give you money for education, but
just one little picture, just one little headshot.
Yeah, they was like when you take pictures with your white friends, and you want the lighting to be right, and the light is not perfect. Get your Google Pixel, and we will make sure you have the best picture. Girl, we got you. Man, I was like, all right, Google, man, y'all tripping.
And like Super Bowl and like Sun, they're like, we see nothing wrong with this.
Yeah. And that's the light version, but then the aggressive version is that no, I'm saying of AI. Of AI, because the other racist part they use that, like I said, it's going to be used to identify black people and other people that they deem are criminals,
right?
And then and so it's not going to be 100% accurate. And so
of course,
a lot of people got features, and so they're going to just start taking features and give you an idea. You can tell, like, look how them pictures, them AI pictures didn't look just like them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? In the same way, and so it's just going to cause a mess eventually, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, I agree. I think that I've seen like AI generated photos of people that aren't people. Like I've seen them like none of these are real people, but I'm like, but that looks like a real ass person.
I seen Instagram. It says they made a black model. She was
I saw that.
She's African, dark skin, but it's like but when you look at it, it's ran by probably 2-3 white guys in the background.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And then so not only are you fetishizing of what your image is of a sexy black African model, but then now you don't have to pay
a beautiful black model. Yeah.
Now you can just skip that, and now you're going right to the white man, but you're still getting the black image, which that model does get booked for a lot of stuff.
Right.
If y'all look at that Instagram, that AI, but it's a black AI model, she gets a lot of bookings. Like high end bookings too, like jewelry, like high end fashion. And like I said, that's literally taking food and money
from a person. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It should be crazy, man. And and that's why it's like I'm not one of the people that's like everything everything.
No,
racist.
but that is.
But that's definitely racism. That's definitely a loophole in a way to cut out generational wealth. That's a way, and then that's how shit break down. So when black people say shit about generational wealth, when we say stuff about having stuff for our kids, that's stuff that gets taken away. Little opportunities like that. So that probably done made however much money with that AI model that's getting taken from, like I said, certain models. That 100,000 means something if they put it in savings and putting it in something.
It's getting taken for corporations that are typically run by white men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any experience with marijuana, Mr. Sativa?
Yeah. I've definitely been involved with marijuana for, at this point, maybe 26 years, maybe. Maybe longer, maybe 27. Yeah, like 26. 26 years I've been involved with marijuana in some, as a user, as a seller, as a buyer, as every kind of facet of it I've been involved in it. And the whole thing with weed is so many people's lives have been ruined.
A lot.
And then the disparities with the drug laws, with a lot of other things, with people now, I'll give you an idea, like crack, people were getting charged 3 times of what people were getting charged with cocaine. Yeah. And so if you get 3 times, I'm like, and so, cocaine is a more expensive drug, that they're a more luxury drug. So more white people can do it in secret. And so like even things like that. So that was done to use at our disadvantage. But then now you're saying that people still locked up for marijuana. And now it's legal in a lot of states. It's been decriminalized in a lot of states, or in a lot of at least major cities, like here.
And people are still serving sentences for small.
And but also it's like, I don't like that when people put like weed in the same category with other drugs.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll get an idea. I was reading this article. It was about this couple in Gallatin, Tennessee, very close to Nashville, and I'm gonna tell you the story. Then I'm gonna tell you what the headline was.
Okay.
So they got high on meth.
Okay.
And then they locked their kid in the car.
Oh no.
The weather wasn't intense. It was like the kid did not die. So let me preface that. So take some. So take some of that drum out. The kid did not die.
Okay, we're good.
So we're gonna nip that real quick. But they locked their kid in the car, and they was high on meth, and they lost the kid and forgot where the kid was at, And so they called the police to help them find a child, and the child found the police. I mean, the police found the child in the car.
Oh.
But the article read, couple on meth and marijuana leaves child in the car.
Oh.
Get weed out of that.
Weed ain't got.
It was not the weed. I don't care how. Look, I don't care if they found 30 pounds of weed in there. Weed didn't have nothing to do with them leaving their damn kid in the car. That was meth. They were smoking. Like they were like people like they were smoking meth, and then they was like, I'm smoking weed. Now I'm too lit. Like come on now. And just
if anything, they're calmed down.
Yeah, keep the. Why is weed even in that headline? It shouldn't even be mentioned in there. And it's like, that's meth. Keep it out of there. I see stuff like that all the time where it be like, they on this and weed. They was found with weed. I'm like, what? Who cares? Who
and
cares?
Weed.
Yeah. The and weed needs to get out of here. Keep weed out of all this other crazy shit. I mean, like they even say shit like even like somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer. They be like, and he was on weed. Like weed didn't got nothing to do with what Jeffrey Dahmer was doing.
No.
Maybe after he was eating, motherfucker. I mean, like maybe like when he was like he make a high didn't want to eat. Like maybe that part. But that didn't have nothing to do with the other process that he was doing. Like,
yeah, I mean facts.
Yeah.
That's like keep weed out of the ands. Like it shouldn't be and weed for some of these charges.
And they were white.
Of course. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You're like, yeah. That goes without
No, the
saying.
black people kept looking for that kid. Like if they did, they would have been like, they should have called the police to help them. No, they called their mama or somebody else, like
somebody,
a brother or something. We'd have called somebody to help us. We ain't calling the police first. Like I ain't saying black people couldn't do that, but we ain't doing it in that rhythm. We ain't gonna be like, oh, first thing, let's call the police. We on meth and we high as a kite.
Yeah, let's call the cops in on this one.
Nah, that's not going. Yeah, but yeah, definitely white. Yeah.
Man, Nashville is a interesting city to live in. But I have a lot of friends that are in Nashville, so anytime I go there, I'm just berated with bachelorette parties. Mm-hmm. How do you go down there a lot or no? Do you spend?
Oh no, as I'm too grandfathered in Nashville.
Yeah,
to spend a lot of time down
there. Nowhere near Broadway.
Yeah, but it had to be somebody like I love and truly care about, and not only that though, and they better have money for me to go down there too. You know what I'm saying? Like they better be paying for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be paying for like $9 Bud Lights just because my friend want to see Broadway. Like,
just because someone's in town.
Yeah, nah, you can't get me for. And there's a mess. You can't. Now they just got rid of parking down there. It's like it's parking 24 hours now, like with the meters.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so 24 hours, and so that ruins like everybody who works down there. What the hell they gonna park at? Like all because it's a honky tonk, so it's all bartenders. And and so I used to bartend and. So one of the places that I worked, it was a place called Cabana. It was in Nashville, and the whole thing about Cabana is that you could have your own individual cabana in the bar, but then it had a TV where you can like pick what you want to watch, or you can put DVD in it, whatever. You can listen to that, or it had an auxiliary cord where you can plug your phone in and you can play your own music.
Okay, that's cool.
And so you and your party of like probably like 12 people could fit in the cabana or whatever. And so that was one of the first restaurants in Nashville that like catered to the bachelorettes. Oh. So every weekend we would get hundreds of bachelorettes in that restaurant.
Oh.
And hundreds because
it's disturbing.
Yeah,
oh my God.
They come in 10 at a time. 10 they come in anywhere from probably 6 to 14. And sometimes there'd be some ones that's bougie as fuck and bring 20.
Ooh.
And you be like, ain't nobody got that many damn friends. Like, they're for real. And like, it'd be like 20 people.
And out of those 20 people, like only 3 of them like the bride at this point. Because of all the things that the brides make people do for weddings, it's a nightmare. I'm spending all this money on you
Yeah.
Again, Patricia. Like no.
It's crazy because that's how you can see the culture. How that, like I really kind of I got to dissect the Bachelorette, the idea of what the Bachelorette is. And and it's crazy. You get to see the dynamics of it. You get to see if who really got money, who don't. Because there's like 20 of them. They're like all separate checks. You be like, oh Lord, y'all hoes. Like y'all should have thought about this. It's gonna take 20, 30 minutes for me to do this shit. Don't be in a rush. And you like had to. I used to preface that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, look. And so I used to do well with them because for one, I was like one of the only. I was the only black dude for the longest that even was serving in like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then so it was mostly white women, so I could say all kind of wild and crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Get away with it. But yeah, we used to cater to them and stuff. So we used to get, like I said, I myself personally could get 40, 50 bachelorettes on a Friday night.
Oh my gosh.
40, 50 on a Saturday night.
Would you put gratuity automatically? 20?
Yeah. We had that restaurant was very server friendly, so any more than 5, you got gratuity.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, so like once you got 5 actually. So so once that 5 automatically.
Great.
But I ain't gonna lie, I made a shit ton of money because sometimes you'll have some that.
Did you pool tips or were they?
No, all you. So you just go out there, and so
good.
sometimes people go like they say something like their husband or husband to be or their mom or somebody that was unable to be there or want to do something nice. Sometimes they'll buy, like, you know what I'm saying, bottles of champagne, pre-do them, automatically get a gratuity on that. So sometimes you can walk in, like, I got a $50 gratuity already because somebody bought this 2-3 bottles of champagne.
That's what I liked about. That's what I liked about serving.
Yeah,
is the like, oh, I'm gonna make so much cash this night, but then when you don't, that's the part that.
You can't buy one bottle of champagne because it's 12 of them, so you got to buy.
Couple
3 bottles of champagne, 4 bottles of champagne, and that's like I said. Sometimes you $100-something in gratuity because it depends on what they buy. Because champagne you can buy all kind of different varieties and different types, from the rosés to the expensive to the cheap. Because they had the Corbel, but they also had like
Dom.
They had Dom for sure. We had all that. They had all that shit because it was one of the Cabana at that time was one of the first like bougie. Like lounges in Nashville, like the who's who would go there. You know what I'm saying? By the time I got there, it was still packed, but it was like Vandy students and bachelorettes on the weekend. Vandy's doing Vandy and office people during the weekend. It's like Vandy people and dates. So yeah, we used to make shit ton of money, but also they had to hit a $250 minimum too.
Okay.
So that's another thing.
That's great for a That's great because
Yeah, so like, automatically I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you get 2 sets of bachelorettes twice. So you get 4. So you get bachelorette this cabana, bachelorette this cabana. You get one run, you flip them. Then you get another run, you flip them. So you usually at minimum should make 200. You know what I'm saying? Theoretically, before. But like I say, I used to play the game though, because they come in there with dick straws everywhere. They got dick glitter. They had one that girls had to blow up dude and they with the dick up and they were just throwing like things. It was a lot of it's bachelorette games go down in that bitch. But I was like I said, I was like a party kind of dude. I used to host parties back in college and shit, and so I'll go to that motherfucker. Hey, what's up? Well, let's get these drinks. What we drinking? Like blah blah blah. You should do this. This. Hey, we busy tonight. If you drinking vodka sodas, go ahead and get that thing a double. You want to go get that? Go ahead and get a double Tito's vodka because the bar's backed up. And like I was always just, I was so upfront. Like I would push so many drinks and push so much stuff.
Yeah.
And I would play with them and let them so they laughing. And like I said, a lot of these are white women. You can tell some of them never seen like a black dude that close up front. I used to wear I used to call dick cleavage. You know, so I used to wear like it was some 501
gray sweatpants.
501 Levi's.
Oh,
yeah. I used to wear 501 Levi's, and then somehow they fit. They make my dick look good in them. So it was like, I'm like, oh shit, these 501. So I used to wear them. Yeah, I used to wear them. They were like, I'm not wearing no apron. No apron. Just had that motherfucker book in the back, and
Right.
So that's
no apron.
That's
no apron, Brad.
Yeah, but that's you just play the game back then.
No, I have to.
And then mostly especially because
cleavage.
Yeah, dick cleavage. That's why I called it dick cleavage, man. We had like 4 dudes. It was only like 4 dudes serving too. It was mostly women serving.
Okay,
there.
great.
So, women, they can beef sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If the energy ain't right, they go, I don't like this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they can come to that point real quick.
Yeah.
And then the same with the other women at the thing, like, I can't stand this bitch.
Yeah.
Because like we used to have ladies' night on Wednesday where women get. I don't even know how they can't even legally do this shit no more. But it was like women only got. They got like special like martini lists and appetizer discounts. Only for women. I know they can't do that shit now. That shit will get fucked now. You know what I'm saying? People will be, they'll be.
I enjoyed ladies'
I'll
nights.
take a cheaper appetizer.
Yeah. But Jose, with girls, they used to work the tables. So if they wasn't feeling that energy that night, they'd be like, they might be messed up. I get an idea. To say they get cheap appetizers, they get a couple martinis, that shit come up to $15 maybe.
I also used to hate when people would order the discount stuff when I worked at a restaurant. Like if I worked at a restaurant at a Nordstrom, and so the makeup counter people would come and take up a table of mine, and I would be like, because they would come and get they get the discount, and they would get like a salad or soup, and then they would get like hot water with lemon or something that's free, and it's bullshit because you have to like, it's a lot of work to get that stuff.
Too many steps.
And I'm just like, and they'd be like, can I get some extra bread? That was free.
Oof.
I'm like, oh, terrible people.
I got two things kind of in that realm of that.
Yeah.
My two first thing was wild and crazy. It was like serving tables, and then it's like cops.
Oh, yeah.
And because Cabana, that we used to get like the late shift cops.
Yeah.
Because we stay open to 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so they'll come in midnight, 1:00, come get food. And then another restaurant that like had cops that would come in. But the second restaurant I worked at, I used to call it like the Black Lives Matter tip. And it was like crazy in the country or something, like a police shooting. It's like all them cops like was dropping $10 on their little $10 tabs, because they get discounts. So I'm like, God damn, I just made $80 off these damn cops. It was like, all right, this is a conflict of interest, but shit, God damn. It was like, damn. It was like, dude, put the cops in my section, motherfucker. I gotta make rent. You know what I'm saying? But fuck that. I gotta make rent. Damn, yeah. Cops like they were like overcompensating. Yeah, I noticed that shit. And then, it's wild. Yeah, it was wild, bro.
Yeah.
And then the second one, my biggest pet peeve is when people bring their dogs.
Oh.
And then they ask for a lot of extra shit for that dog. And then they do not, they just
tip
you. They just tip 20%. Or like, nah, motherfucker. I get 25, 30 if I have to go and get your dog water, find a bowl for this motherfucker. I had to go. We ain't got no dog bowls in here. We a taco restaurant. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I'm in here like trying to find ramekins and some other shit. You know, I'm doing all this trying to accommodate you. Yeah. And you gonna bring your fucking mud up here. You better give me some extra fucking money. And I don't even like your dog. I don't even like dogs like that. I'd like dogs, but I don't like dogs like that because dog people are the worst.
Yeah.
And they the most arrogant motherfuckers of all time. Like
they can be, sure.
Yeah, kind of like, and like I said, I ain't judge. I like dogs. I love Frenchies. Like if I see a Frenchie, like my heart fucking melt. You know what I'm saying? But it's like them fucking, like when you think your dog is more important than people, like
that's the worst.
Yeah, like please go and fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
on that note we've reached the part of the podcast where we're going to ask you, our hot comic, to shout out a comedy hottie, which is somebody who has been doing comedy less time than you and is younger than you in comedy years, that you would like to shine a spotlight on.
I have two.
Okay.
I have two. First one, it is Black History Month, so I'm gonna start with Jimmy. Jimmy is a comic in Nashville. He's been doing comedy, I guess, seriously, probably about coming up on a year. He's been doing very well. He's a black comic. He's not. I give you that idea now. We are not stereotypically the same black comics of just all comic view comics. Black people got different perspectives. Now you can book 3 to 5, 10 black comics, and they all can be fucking different. Yeah. And so he's different than a lot of other comics that's around in our scene. But very funny young black comic definitely supporting them. Been booking them like pretty often here lately too.
Great.
And so yeah, that's my first one. And then the second one would be Fiona Cauley. She's been doing comedy, I think, going on 2 years now. I actually met her years ago where she used to come to. I do a brunch show, and so I do this brunch show. People get they get drunk as hell in the middle of the day. 2 o'clock, yeah. And so she used to come to these shows, and she used to be this girl in a wheelchair with just this big personality. She would always she would be a little drunk, and she would be talking shit, and she would be funny. And she's like, I've been thinking about it. But eventually, like 2-3 years later, she started doing comedy and started off hot and continually being hot in the national. Yeah, she's very funny, got a whole different perspective, and that's why she breaks that down so she can let you know what type of person she is. I won't go into the details of her jokes or what she do. You can find that out by going online or catching the show.
All of her info will be in the show notes as well as Jimmy's.
But yeah, she got a different perspective from a lot of different things, and and I think it's one that I'm interested in always hearing. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying. And not saying this in a bad way, but yeah, I done heard a million white dude comics talk about the same shit. I heard a million white women talk about the same shit. I heard a million black women talk about the same, whatever. But to actually have a different, you know what I'm saying, perspective from even in that group. So I like to hear different perspectives. And that's kind of my whole main thing. Is hearing different perspectives. I don't want to hear the same or the same or the same.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Give me something to enlighten me, or give me something that made me think about, I like that point.
All right, so for this last little part, we're doing a little segment we call Hot Takes, and so you're just going to give us your hot take on whatever we say, and you will notice the theme. So, hot drink.
Coffee.
And how do you drink your coffee?
Black. Black, baby. Black here's the month. Black.
All right.
And your hot food?
Hot food, hot wings.
Ooh.
And not too hot, but
any particular brand?
Man, no. I'm very. When I come in town, it's like I'm like the mafia, bro. It's like, no, take me to your wing boss. I want to meet where the wings at here.
Where are they?
Yeah, like take me to the boss. I don't want these rinky-dink ones.
All right, hot tea.
Hot tea. I'm going green.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a green, lemon, a little bit of honey. If I'm
sick,
good for you. That's good.
I'm sick, a little bit of bourbon, Jack Daniels in it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sick, so
that's a trick one because we like to see if people give us gossip.
What you mean gossip?
Yeah, with a hot tea.
Oh, that hot tea.
I could have been like hot tea. It's all in how I deliver it, I guess.
And a hot person.
Like a physically hot person?
Sure. Unless you know somebody that's really
I know
emotionally hot.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you this, man. Something about Instagram been doing this where the algorithm. Them algorithms are crazy, but the two women that they have been throwing into my algorithm is not only bringing back high school memories, but they are still fine. And it's gonna be, I'm gonna say Ashanti.
Oh, the princess of hip hop and R&B.
Man, I don't know if you've seen her lately, but she is cooking. You know what I'm saying? She cooking. She got the plates. She got the pots, pans, everything out. Yeah. Okay. And dessert. Yeah, all that. She cooking. And then second, I would say Maya.
Oh, yeah.
And Maya still like fine. She's a vegan.
I love that.
Yeah. She be talking stuff like with women that's vegan and it's like you know they sage and do all kind of crystals and you can tell she's one real holistic, but like her and like women like her and like Erykah Badu talk about kind of how like how they pussy tastes better because they holistic life. You be like, stop saying that. I had enough already in my head. I didn't need to know the details of what it tastes like. Yeah, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I was already picturing.
Yeah. I already.
And our last one, this is something that you would probably know a lot of: hot sauce.
Not actually. I am. I don't really like too much hot stuff. That was like I can eat hot wings, but I told you I said not too hot because I stay in Nashville. Like it's so much hot chicken, I cannot eat that shit. that'll ruin my day. You know what I'm
that will
saying?
ruin your digestive tract.
Yeah. And I've been focusing on like my gut health like lately. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like good bacteria.
Yeah, I ain't just trying to throw everything in there. But yeah, I don't really do too much hot sauce. But I would say buffalo sauce would be the closest.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, probably because of maybe a medium salsa, you know what I'm saying, like at a restaurant.
Texas Pete has a good buffalo sauce.
If it's smoky, it can have. If it's smoky,
a little smoky, okay.
It can have a little kick to it. I just extra soda water with lemon. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right.
I turn into a white girl when I get heartburn. Yeah, when I get heartburn, like I need a LaCroix. I need a glass.
And a little Pepsid. A little Pepsid AC or a little Tums.
Yeah. I've been doing Pepsid AC now.
That's all hard stuff.
I had to start adding that to the regimen. You're like, yeah. Especially down here because I only eat meat usually the first weekend of the month.
Okay.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, usually. So, but definitely been practicing that. So I've been anticipating coming to Atlanta for those two reasons. Not only I get to eat meat, but I'm
it's the
out
first weekend.
Yeah, but then I'm outside of Nashville, so I get to have different food,
right?
And some different stuff. My friend Rodney Lee, he took me
Rodney,
to Are
you doing Starburger tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm doing Starburger.
Okay, are you headlining it?
No, I'm doing like the last 3 though.
Okay.
So cool. He took me to this place. I forgot the damn name, but something about Pastor is in the name. It's
Al Pastor.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it. But it was like it had some tacos.
Tacos. I was gonna say it's tacos.
Wings too. The wings I had was banging that too. So so I went there, and so that was it's like having like a meal that I can't get in Nashville, and I get to eat meat too. So it's like, oh, this is perfect.
This is great.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate you having me, ladies.
And that's it. Goodbye.
Boom.
Signing off. Bye. All right. See, he is such a joy to talk to. We could talk to him forever. We did talk to him forever.
Yeah.
This is a long one. This is a long one because we could just listen to Brad Sativa talk forever.
I wish I just had a 24-hour audiobook.
I know. And you know what? He would definitely sell me drinks. Mm-hmm. I would be like, man, I spent how much money at the Cabana Club?
I know. I wish I'd gone to the Cabana Club. I wish I'd met all my friends on Bumble BFF and then we'd all gone to the club. It would be amazing.
That is heartbreaking. Thinking about like having somebody like ghost you and friend break up with you because you're not hot enough to be cast in their group of friends, their Bumble BFF. I don't think I'm strong enough for that.
No, and also who's the casting process? Do they have like a panel that they go to?
Callbacks?
Right. Can I get just one more shot? Can I submit a video essay?
Can you put me on am I on a veil or it's just like no?
Yeah.
Okay, should I have my agent call you?
Right, your people, my people. Stakes.
Is like no answer an answer?
Right.
Or is it like we're not right for each other now?
Right, but maybe in a few years.
Maybe in a few months.
Oh, who knows?
Who knows? Maybe after I get out of this phase. I don't know. But it would hurt more to me to get BFF ghosted.
Yeah.
And professional ghosted. I think we're more used to that. Be a Bumble professional.
Yes.
We're more used to that because that's what LinkedIn is.
Yes, LinkedIn I get ghosted constantly.
I don't really use my LinkedIn. Do you use LinkedIn?
Oh my goodness. I've had to tell myself that I schedule Be Bold time, and it's when I just send out lots of LinkedIn messages to CEOs and just anyone, you know.
You do that?
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes they get back to me and they say no thank you, and that's bold of them, you know. I feel like I'm giving us the opportunity for us all to be bold.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn.
They respond?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's great.
Yeah. Sometimes. One time I had a LinkedIn person fall in love with me over my voice. I know. But he was just supposed to be recruiting me for a job, not for
love,
not for his wife. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I said no.
Oh, you weren't interested.
No, not off of LinkedIn.
His picture was not enticing to you?
No. Maybe it was one of those that there wasn't even really a picture. I don't even know.
Or was it the approach? You're like, this is the boundary. I have a professional boundary
Professional boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not able to read the room, but
That's
he
what
shot
I
a
see.
shot.
Yeah, and that's kind of exciting on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else did we talk about?
Well, also, we can talk about Brad. Great. Nashville based. You can check out his album, Petty, like we said at the top. Don't Tell Comedy set is available.
Yes.
He's got clips all over the place. If you want to see where he's touring, bradsativa.com and his Instagram, Brad Sativa. You can check out all his information on the show notes, and also his 2 comedy hotties, which one of them is Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
We have all his information down there, and also Fiona Cauley.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Well, we've seen her perform before. She's really funny, and you're gonna love her too. So follow them. They're gonna blow up, and then you're gonna be like, it's because Brad, sweet Brad,
all the hot comics.
Yeah. So Marietta and I, we like to sit next to each other, and it probably annoys people because every time we sit next to each other, we're like this.
Just really close.
We're just really close.
Really close.
And like, so that's how we sit together. And we know each other because of Atlanta comedy, obviously, but it's a very tight, everybody knows each other.
Yeah, it's a
How would you
beautiful
describe it?
scene. I'm really grateful for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of camaraderie in the crowd, and even sitting close together, people. Yeah, it creates community to sit close to people.
Well, yeah. Well, you have the comedy clubs. You have to be like in community with strangers in the dark because the seats are so close together. But that's one of the things. And Marietta. So you, the great thing is that there's no one like her. And I know I'm just gonna give her just pump her tires real quick. But there is no one like Marietta. Marietta could just be telling a story, and you're just captivated by the way that she just tells the story because there's just no one like you.
That's too kind. No, this is amazing. I'm such huge fans of hot comics, and this is why so amazing.
I just wanted to now it's my turn to receive a compliment. Come on. I'm so toxic. This is all I'm here for. But toxic is fun.
Yes, toxic is fun.
You're bringing us back to the toxic being fun. We're talking about like when toxic. Like when is there a time when you're toxic?
Yeah, I was when am I my most toxic? Maybe.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that this morning.
When are you your most toxic?
I was thinking about the fact that I help. Oh, I shouldn't say this, but I am. So I help. I help friends create Instagram narratives that might be a little bit toxic, but they're to trap potential suitors. Ooh. The thirst trap. I call it revenge theater. It's trademarked. Don't try to. It's revenge theater, and I help my friends create Instagram story narratives to help trap a very specific target audience.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I really
That's
need
toxic.
Your help.
That's so toxic. I wish that wasn't one of my most marketable skills. It's very niche. If you need help, just let me know.
It's toxic but helpful. It's putting good into the world.
Actually, it's a service.
Yeah. Yeah. It's maybe toxic in the same way like caffeine dehydrates you, but it's actually good for you.
What do you do that's toxic?
Okay, maybe I agree to do too many things and then I don't do them. Is that
wow.
that sounds bad.
So yeah, that's just being a people pleaser.
Yeah,
which isn't really toxic.
Yeah, that's me.
Which isn't really toxic.
Yeah, I just don't say no.
Yeah.
I listen to people when they're talking, and sometimes they spill the beans on a secret, and then I just am like, why'd you tell me that secret? I'm gonna tell everybody that secret. You know, people.
Okay, that's toxic.
People just be telling me their secrets,
and you're like,
and I'm like,
I didn't sign an NDA.
No NDAs. Yeah, you gotta make me sign something, guys.
Okay, so next time you see Marietta, just know She's going, if you don't have an NDA, shut your mouth.
I'm a storyteller, okay? It's good for the plot.
Yeah, it's good for the content, good for the material.
Yeah, I'll take your name out of it if you want, I won't.
Okay, is that on the form?
Yeah, I'll protect your anonymity.
Anonymity. Yeah, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
We're coming up on like the springtime. Do you like any holidays? Love these like Hallmark holidays like Valentine's, Easter.
I like a Galentine's.
I like a Galentine's
because I like to celebrate friendship, and I think
that's why Bumblebee buff.
There should be just another app that's just maybe all about like having a wholesome time with friends, like an app where you get to like go to a candle making class with
my
strangers.
My friend just moved to New York, and she was asking me like, how do you make friends? Because I moved to Atlanta 2 years ago almost, and I made friends because I do comedy and we see each other all the time.
You're an amazing talented person, and I don't know why.
No, it's hard. It was hard to make friends in LA. Because everybody's in their bubbles, and you don't see people so regularly unless you're in a specific like class or something like that. It is more difficult. I have like a lot of different pockets of friend groups in LA.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But here, I like all of my friends are in comedy, and like it's great because they all know each other.
Yeah.
But she was asking me how do you think you can make friends in a different city, and I was like, join a class, right?
Yeah.
Like of an interest that you like. What class would you join? And like, what class would you take right now if you're like, oh, I would like to take a pottery class?
I mean, a pottery class would be really cool. Oh, and cooking would be very useful because I'm awful at it. I get a little too creative in the kitchen.
How so?
Oh my goodness! I see a spice rack. I just put the whole thing in there.
No,
I do.
Do they even make any sense?
No. I have to be stopped. Sometimes, because you don't want it to be not flavorful. You know,
we're a fan of flavor.
You want a flavor, but sometimes they get a little too creative. A little like thyme and paprika and red pepper and cayenne and nutmeg. Have you done that one? A little sweet and savory and spicy together on some rice. Weird. It's weird.
It's very weird. A lot of color.
Yeah.
With all those reds.
Looks inviting.
Does it? It's more like a warning.
Oh boy, I feel like they're getting a lot of warnings about me.
I mean, but that's why that's actually anti-toxic because you're leading with your worst foot forward. Yes. Therefore, anything that you get beyond that is just going to be cake.
Yeah, you know what? I've never put too much spice on a peanut butter and jelly. I can make a very reliable PB&J.
There you go. If you're trying to slide into Marietta's DMs, don't do that in her LinkedIn. And if you like a moderate PB&J, this is your girl.
And I stand by it.
And if you like an adequate amount of peanut butter to jelly ratio.
Yeah.
Do you toast your bread? Do you leave it?
Yes, it's so much better toasted.
It is. It's easier to spread.
It feels elevated when I toast it.
And Marietta uses the word elevated. So
watch out.
Say less. Okay, getting to sign up on that. Okay. I like to cook, but I don't really cook a lot for myself because I live by myself and I've been single for a really long time. So I don't. Yeah. It's just the things that are quick.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, I love it at Trader Joe's.
We love a Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that's relatively easy. Yeah. I make a lot of eggs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, they're very fast.
Yeah. I'm
Latino. Does anybody? I think Latinos do this. It's a white rice with eggs. Like a egg.
Oh,
do you do that?
I'll put eggs with the rice that I've made that rice too spicy, and then you have to add an egg to make it taste a little bit better.
It's the nutmeg, really.
Yeah,
that really
it really
did
is
me
the
in.
nutmeg. But I'm gonna figure out when to use nutmeg someday. But
Usually not with rice, but we do this thing in Puerto Rico that's called arroz con dulce, which is like a sweet rice.
Okay.
I don't know if they use nutmeg, but nutmeg would be appropriate in that instance because it's like a cinnamony, like horchata, like energy.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
So I'll look that recipe up, swipe up for that recipe, and we shall be doing that. Well, Marietta, you are a delight.
You're a delight. This has been amazing.
I'm so glad you were here.
A dream come true.
Mr. Brad Sativa.
Was it amazing, enlightening, eye-opening?
I wish you were at like I was there. Like when he was explaining the bachelorette parties, I was there.
Yes.
Are you ever a bridesmaid?
I was once, but we didn't really go out.
Was it location?
Party.
Was it local?
Local.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I hope my friends don't listen to this, but they all have destination weddings, and it makes me question my friendship with them.
Yeah, how many
it really
places
does.
have you traveled?
It's so expensive. Like please don't read into this if you're listening to this, but there's one friend of mine that is getting married out of the country, and from here to there it's $1,000 just for the flight, and then you have to take another little flight in the jungle to get to where the wedding is.
What?
And people die on those little planes.
What?
So we're just gonna say that.
When is
and
that?
Then it's in the summer, and also so me and my best friend, who's also my attorney, we're not gonna fly on the same flight. The little one, like the president and vice president, can't fly on the same plane. So we're just gonna do that just in case, knock on wood, but just in case.
Yeah.
And no, but it's a big investment to somebody's. Would you give if you spent over $1,000 just to get to somebody's wedding? Do you give them a gift?
That's the thing. I just went to all these weddings, and I went to 4 wedding ceremonies in 8 days. And for the first time in my life, I didn't give anybody a gift because
it's a lot.
It was so expensive getting places and then getting the dresses for everything. Yeah. And I was like, I spent $300 just on this dress. And when am I gonna? Okay. Yeah.
Your presence is a present.
You're so kind.
But really, truly.
Yeah. But next time, maybe I should sneak a little Amazon gift card in there. Because also, what do you get them? A napkin? I don't know what people don't already have.
Well, they have a registry normally.
Right. But sometimes a colander. I did get somebody a wedding present. I got them a colander. So they asked for it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's why I spend a lot of money on my friends' life decisions.
Yeah, and it's like, can we make registries for being single
and fabulous?
Yeah, and doing great.
Let's do that. I think we're gonna start that.
Good. Yeah. I think it will be. I think no one will complain.
No one will complain, and they'll be like, "You're just making a registry for just being." Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't.
Because I made it to March.
We should put together an Amazon wish registry and link it. And if anybody feels like we've been through enough, you can go to our Amazon wish list and surprise us.
Yeah, maybe a colander.
I have expensive stuff on there, so don't get me a colander. Give me a new camera. I'm specific. I'm expensive.
I love that. Yeah.
I'm expensive. I have way more expensive taste than my budget allows. But that will change eventually, right? That will change eventually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eventually we'll be able to afford it all.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
We will afford it all. And you know what, love?
Well,
this is going to be it. So please tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Marietta. Marieonetta. Wow.
Thank you for spelling it. They will also be on the show notes.
Yeah, perfect. I didn't even have to spell it, but
you did. For the audio listeners.
Yes, exactly.
Love that.
I hope you're having a safe drive wherever.
Yeah, if you're driving, if you're jogging, if you're out on a nice walk.
Oh, that's lovely.
Hold on. If you're out for a nice walk, I want you to look around. Take a deep breath in.
Yeah. And think of what you're grateful for in the world around you.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, if you're driving, please keep your eyes open. As we want you to arrive alive.
Yes. Please be safe and find me. And even on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I would love to connect.
Find Marietta Mendler on LinkedIn. Just don't try to hit on her through that channel. If you do, I think it's more appropriate to do so via DM.
Yeah. They're
open.
open.
They're open. It's just a more appropriate.
Yeah.
I love a boundary. So you heard her boundary, her sacred no to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Love matches. I love that for you.
Thank you.
I
Thank
support
you so
you.
much. Thank you. I support you as well.
Oh my God.
And I hope more people connect on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I hope, but not like romantically in a creepy way.
Yes.
I hope people, you get it. Okay. Well, I'm Lisandra Vazquez. You can watch all of our shows. You can go to see our stuff at Hot Comics Live, Hot Comics Pod, and I'm Lisandra Vazquez with 2 underscores in between my first and last name because the other ones were taken. Okay. All right, and that should do it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
What? You're welcome. Anyway, bye.